Yada, you ain't know? Listen, if you hear any noise or voices in the background, if you can't have the willpower, disregard it. All right, pause. Yeah. Yo, so anywho, the reason I be saying pause, cause like, you feel me? Is the English is the richest language in the world. Okay, that it is the richest language in the world. Okay, so you could say pause, and you could say pause. You get the pause. You feel me? There's a numerous of names to call something. You feel me? So and according to the spell book, the dictionary is a spell book, by the way. You know, so like I mean, certain ones like it's starting to seem like they starting to wake up and it's starting to find out that the world is almost like Hogwarts. Hogwarts. Almost like Harry Potter a little bit, huh? The universe. You feel me? The Milky Way galaxy. They say it's like how could I say it's like this Mother Earth is magical, magical, miracles, magical, magnets. You know, deals with a lot of you just anywho. So let me tell you a little bit about this specific video, okay? And this ain't for no fragile egos, okay? All right. See me, I have already integrated my shadow. So I'm comfortable with myself. Okay? There ain't nothing y'all can say against me. I embarrass any of y'all in public. Okay? Any of y'all. No matter who it is, male, female, alien, whatever. Okay? So, thing is, I'm going to be exposing certain individuals, certain group, okay? I got to, okay? And I am, how can I say, qualified to talk about it, okay? All right? Because I got the experience, okay? Yeah, so, so like, 5%ers be like, certain ones say they not qualified to teach on, you guys say you're not qualified. So, anywho, let me tell you something, all right? And this also, I'm actually have to expose certain ones, okay? If you do anything for money, okay, and you keep thinking about money, okay, I recently I told y'all in specific videos, you cannot worship two masters, okay? You cannot worship the source of all creators and worship money. It's either one or the other, okay? So all those little, certain ones that like to do anything for money and money is all on their mind and they do any, guess what? Money is their God. Money is your God. So don't be trying to go to the source of all creators trying to pray for that stuff. Okay? And here's a little another thing, okay? Y'all gonna get embarrassed. Y'all gonna get embarrassed. Okay? Because since y'all want to keep worshiping money, guess what? Y'all gonna keep needing it. Y'all gonna keep needing it because you haven't winged yourself off of it. You feel me? The time, you feel me? This specific time, I got this jumping, and say the month of August, because I'll put it, somewhere up here, with the specific calendar date of the Gregorian, since they didn't want to apply the 13. Okay, so listen. All right. This specific time period is about outgrowing, okay? Outgrowing outdated things. Outdated. Money is outdated. You gotta win yourself. That means you gotta go within into the unknown. Integrate your shadow self. Boost up your creativity. So you're not dependent on money. Because once that's taken out the equation, you feel me? You'll be able to thrive. Okay? It's coming to that time where, you feel me, certain ones will be able to thrive. They'll be, you feel me, getting source fed. Fed from, you feel me, directly fed from the source of all creators in a sense. Okay? When they tap in. Okay? The source of all creators, you feel me, in a sense, will make sure they eat like as much as, the Most High, the source of all creators, feeds the birds. If the birds are very important, then why don't you think the source of all creators, of course the source of all creators gonna feed you. So that's what I'm saying. You feel me? You gotta feed your spirit. All right. So I love you. Give me some time. But my messages just kind of popped up. Well, one of my messages. Let's just say, certain ones got something going on over here. Let's say, okay, So the thing is discernment. You feel me? The thing is y'all got to depend on your intuition. Go within. Okay. Here's another thing. The LGBTQIA PS. Guess what? Y'all getting exposed. Okay, each one of y'all, since y'all want a group or y'all want to, as a group and everything, you're gonna be exposed. Okay. The thing is, certain ones, their hormones are out of balance. Their hormonal, yeah, it's just out of balance. Okay. The thing is, certain ones, okay, certain ones thought they were gonna try to put money on my soul. They thought they was going to try to put some money and pay certain ones to get control over something that they can't have or possess in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So guess what? They lost their soul. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. You mess around, keep trying to put little dark witchcraft and try to use sorcery and stuff and playing with this soul here. You just ran into your demise. Now, here's another thing. There's a trainee. Here's another thing I have to expose. I'm going to expose this. A certain trainee, certain flippy floppy, is trying to keep females around them, and they have been trying to wear their skin, wear their energy. They're trying to wear their energy. Okay, y'all gotta know this. So you feel me? They keep trying to keep pretty females around. They're sucking their energy. Them girls think they all clicked up and think no, that individual is trying to siphon their energy, their beauty, trying to siphon from them, wearing their energy, trying to wear their energy. Okay, there's a certain trainee, and you got to know certain trainees, certain ones that's flip floppy, and you feel me? Certain homosexuals or want to be bisexual, because certain training or whatever it could be, you feel me, who certain ones might call a celebrity, certain ones do not like males. They don't like males and they don't like females. And when I say they don't like males, I'm saying like they like to try to turn males into feminine. Some certain ones wanted to turn me into a female. They wanted to turn me into a bottom. I don't swing that way. All right. So y'all ran into y'all demise. Okay. So, and here's another thing. Okay. Okay, let me see. Pause this. All right. Now, here's another thing. Okay. Like I said, those certain reptilians and stuff, they're asexual. They like guys. They like men. Okay. And they'll you feel me? And they'll try to switch up. Certain ones just don't know who they is, so they switch up, trying to switch the body and stuff like that. Okay, they don't really know who they is. Okay, all right. So, and that also goes for certain females that do that, try to be man and all that. Their hormones is out of balance. Okay, so here's another thing, beautiful. You could pray to the source of all creators. Okay, you could ask, like I already prayed, and and that everlasting curselessness, demiselessly stabilizes in me and anchors in me unapologetically. Okay, so you got to know your words is spelled. You got to know if you know that what you put out you get back. So why don't you speak things on yourself that's positive? Okay, so it builds you up, it anchors, it brings your character. You amping up your character. You feel me? So because you carry your character wherever you go. Okay. Did you know supernatural abilities can't come out of you? You can make food out of thin air, a ton of fruits, vegetables, right before individuals' eyes. You know you can levitate. Did you give up on your childhood dream? Did you give up on your dreams? Did you feel me? Because when a child is little, you feel me? They're so courageous. Then when you feel me, when certain ones get to trying to indoctrinate them and everything, what happens? What happens to them? They get all slummed up and bitter, and they don't want to believe in their dreams. Okay, certain ones are trying to bash certain individuals' dreams. Don't bite it. Stay tuned in your childlike nature. Okay, get back to that because dreams do come true. Okay, you feel me? So just believe this. Okay, stop waiting for everybody else's approval. You feel me? You gotta live with yourself at the end of the day. So I'm saying, y'all gotta win yourself off of getting a tapping. You feel me? If you pray that you're able to outgrow money. You feel me? You don't ever have to depend on it in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay, because when they start taking all the money, the little fiat currency out, okay, and they start trying to put it on cards and put it on electronics. Guess what? And you feel me? You keep and those that keep want to worship money. Guess what's gonna happen? Soon as they cut that technology off, soon as they cut that little stuff off, boop. Guess what? There's all that. There's your money. There you go. Off like that. All because you didn't take heed. Stop worried about everybody else. You feel me? This ascension ain't for everybody. Not everybody got the guts. Not everybody got the discipline. Okay? This is real. You feel me? This is real heaven embodiment here. We ain't no slouches. You feel me? You feel me? We use the dark to show our brilliance. The light used the dark to show its brilliance. Okay? So certain ones that try to come up against me, they just become my footstool. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know. Check those certain individuals. You feel me? And check everybody's energy. Okay, there's got to be a vibe check going on because Mother Earth, Mother Nature is doing vibe checks. I love y'all. Find something safe to do and stay accountable. Tap into your talents. I love y'all.